everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Martha. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and become one of my BFFs today. If you're not new, well, hello. It's gonna be an LOL video because I'm gonna be talking about my embarrassing moments, and I'm gonna be sharing 3 of the worst moments of my life, and I just hope that you guys get to enjoy it and have some fun. So if you want to keep on watching, then go ahead. Okay. If you do not personally know me, then here's a fun fact. I embarrass myself all of the time. I just do.
I'm very awkward. I'm very clumsy.
I'm very embarrassing. I know.
I embarrass myself, I embarrass my family, I embarrass my friends.
That's just how God made me. So we're gonna start off a little bit slow, a story that's not too bad. We're just gonna start slow. Okay, so the first one happened when I was in high school, and I was in ACE Thinking Skills, and one day he's like,
okay, open up your books and we're gonna read blah 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 page 24. And
so it was kind of like that. Like, it was just like, open up your books, we're gonna read page 24. There you go. And I was so confused, and I was like looking around, and like everyone's just kind of looking at their books, and I'm like, why isn't anyone like reading? So I started reading out loud, started reading. He was like,
Martha, what are you doing?
And I was like,
reading out loud?
And he's like,
I meant silent reading.
And I was like,
okay.
And I did that thing where I just like sunk into my chair and just looked down and did not look up for the next hour. I was so embarrassed. Like, I just couldn't believe that I was like trying to be bold and like, a nice student and just read out loud because I thought he wanted someone to read out loud. And then everyone like turned around to look at me when I started reading out loud too. And I was like,
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I know it doesn't sound too bad, but for me, that moment was like just so embarrassing. But yeah, that one was a good LOL. I look back now and I just laugh at it. So, okay, now, one that's a little bit more embarrassing. I was catching up with a friend of mine, and we went to this Thai place to have sushi. And now, this was the first time that I had ever gone to like a sushi place, like an actual sushi like restaurant. And it was a new experience for me. We were talking, we were having like a deep discussion like about life and, things that had happened to us. And I was eating my food and really into like the conversation. So we were deep in discussion, I'm eating, and then I'm like,
oh, look at that, some guacamole.
And I grabbed a chunk of what I thought was guacamole and just popped it into my mouth. And it was not guacamole. It was not guacamole, guys. I am Mexican. I eat spicy food. I don't eat the spiciest food in the world, but I do eat pretty spicy food. Wasabi is extremely spicy. Very concentrated spiciness, to be exact. And it was my first time experiencing it in that quantity, all at once. I felt exactly like the cartoons, when the smoke and the flames just burst out of your ears. I am not kidding. I literally felt heat coming from my ears. And I was like,
oh my god. Oh my god.
I suddenly realized what I had just done, and I started to like kind of freak out on the inside because I thought I was about to die. Like, I'm not even kidding. In the meantime, while all of this is going on, he's still talking about like his deep emotional life, and I don't want to disrupt and be like,
like I'm dying, get me some water.
So I'm just like trying to like bear this painful, spicy sensation and like, you know, very casually drinking my water, trying to avoid any of the gulps. But yeah, that experience was horrible and I felt so embarrassed. Like the rest of the night, like I tried so hard not to like laugh when it had happened, because when you think about it, like afterwards, you're like, what the heck did I just do? Like, why am I so not smart? Like, I'm in a Thai place, you know, I should have known that that was not guacamole. Hello, we're not in a Mexican restaurant. I should have known that that was wasabi, but for some odd reason, I just decided to do that. And yeah, so I was trying my best, like, not just to not cry, because there were actual tears coming out of my eyes. So I was trying to, like, be as casual as I could, you know, just kind of like wipe it away. But then also later on in the dinner, I was like trying not to laugh, like pee my pants, because it was hilarious. Like, what the heck, Martha? So yeah, that happened. I never ever told him to this day. It's just very embarrassing, to be honest. And I feel really dumb. But it's funny. It's hilarious. If it was not funny, I would not be sharing it to you guys. So yeah. Guys, the next one is very recent and it's very embarrassing. I was shook. So I recently started the process of getting braces, and I went to like the first consultation where they make you do that thing where you bite into that foam stuff. I do suffer from like anxiety. I do get very claustrophobic. I do get anxious in certain situations. I'm not a fan of the dentist. I hate it. My anxiety is like very like, you know. But yeah, so when they started to do this process of putting like that, I don't know what it's called. It's just a tray with this foam that they use to mold your teeth so that they can measure it, blah, blah, blah. You probably know because you probably had braces when you were a teenager, unlike me. So they did that. They put it in. The nurse, dentist assistant, whatever they're called, she had her hand in my mouth and was pressing it in. And there was a lot of like pressure, and I also felt like the expansion of the foam, and the flavor of it was like making me nauseous, and I was not comfortable. I did not like it. I was getting very, very anxious, and when I do experience like high anxiety, it does cause me to sometimes throw up. And I know it's not the best thing to share on the internet, even though I have in the past. You can check that out if you'd like. So I started to feel like I was about to throw up. I was like, oh my god, like I cannot throw up. This lady has her hand in my mouth. They're doing this mold. They can't like stop and like take it out, you know. And I was like, just don't, Martha, just hold it. But the longer that it was taking, the more anxious I was getting. And unfortunately, I'm sad to report that yes, I did throw up. Yes, her hand was still in my mouth. Yes, the thing was still in my mouth as well. And I was throwing up like on myself and on her hand. And it was not pretty. Like, hello, 22-year-old woman throwing up in the dentist is not the best experience ever. It was so bad, guys. So it happened, you know, she had to maintain the tray in my mouth. She wouldn't stop, and because they just couldn't, right? Once it was done, like she took it out, she like let me collect myself, get a drink of water, like chill out. But then she was like, okay, time to do the top one. And I was like, no. So we go to do the top one, and guys, it happens again. I was so mad too. Like, you know when you're, like when something is happening and you're angry that it's happening, I was so mad that I was like throwing up. Like, I was really disappointed in myself and like angry that it was happening, like embarrassed that these dentists are like witnessing this 22-year-old woman throw up. And not just once, but twice. And it was horrible and it was disgusting. And yeah. But now, like, I look back at it and it's kind of funny. It is what it is. It happened, why cry about it when you can just laugh about it? So, yeah. I don't know if that one was funny. I know it was a little gross, but maybe you got a laugh out of it. I hope you did, because I sure did. So yeah, guys, those were 3 of my embarrassing moments that I have experienced in my life. I know that you guys probably experience embarrassing moments, probably not as bad as mine. Throwing up at the dentist, not great. But yeah, I just wanted to share this because I think it's so fun to like just laugh and have fun, enjoy life, enjoy the curveballs that life throws at us sometimes. And yeah, if you guys liked this video, if you want to hear more embarrassing stories, like trust me, I have a million. I would be more than happy to share those. But let me know by liking this video, leave a comment down below. You can make fun of me, you can laugh at me, you can share your embarrassing moment, or whatever you want to say. Leave it down below and I'll be sure to look at it. Maybe comment back. I almost always 99% do. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I upload every single Friday. And if you'd like to follow me on my social media, I'm very active on Instagram and Twitter, and I'd love to see you over there as well as Facebook. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you again next week with an all-new video. Bye, guys! That was gross. I'm sorry if you came here for a very nice Christian video and had to hear me talk about me throwing up in the dentist.